Yeah, Sachin, go ahead.
Yeah, so in Goenka's method, whatever practice, what is the difference which is not acceptable to me? 2 points, and second is debatable that I will discuss. Uh, One is the definition of Vedna, and second is the body scanning method. Rest all whatever Goenka is saying, it is perfectly matching to Tripita. It's all what we discussed, what should have been done, atta, anatta, anicca, and different perspective of pancha upadan, khanda, and everything is explaining very well. It's theoretical part. But when it comes to practice, these are two things which is confusing and misguiding also many people. Particularly this concept of dhara prava, body sleep and all. So first I wanted to this is confusion. Still, I'm confused about what is Vedna. It is very primordial question where everyone knows, but still, I haven't. Still, it is. There are two kind of Vedna. Now, different people name it differently. But there are two Vednas, two phases of Vedna, two level of Vedna, two kind of Vedna, whatever we name it. And if you go to this Lal's website, Pure Dhamma, he is defined it clearly. एक मिनिट विठ्ठलराय હું તમને પછી ફોન કરું મીટિંગમાં છું. So he defined this Samphassaja Vedna, right? So one is Vedna and then second is Samphassaja Vedna. If we go to Tripitaka, these are two words, Vedna and then Somanassa / Domanassa Vedna. So these are level 1, level 2. If we go to Lal's concept, it is Vedna, Samphassaja Vedna, means sun plus first to the sun. And if we personally also, this is my experience, that there are always two levels of Vedna. For example, whatever we are seeing is a neutral Samvedna, but if the light is very intense, it is painful to the eyes. If the sound is very loud, it may be a very happy music, but it is painful because it is loud. So, and if the food is very spicy, it may be, we may like spicy food, but its spiciness is burning the tongue. So, physical level pe, in all the five senses, there is a neutral samvedana normally. But there is a, in some cases, there is a painful Vedna. Now, when it comes to body, it is the very high probability of feeling both on level 1 or level 2. And that's why there is a huge scope of discriminating between these two. Whereas when you are looking at someone, mostly it is normal physical Vedna. Now, what Goenka is using the word when he says Vedna, it is mostly of second type. Because whenever he explains, he says, "Pahle sanna aati hai, fir Vedna aati hai." That example he gives now is very beautiful case, wherein which he gives the example of on 9th day that he goes on a footpath, he is walking, and then he hits someone, and then someone says, "Are you blind or not?" And then there are 5 different variations he gives, in which first is going with his 5 disciples, and he feels pleasant sensation. Now, this is another question that sometime I do, but most of the time it's not that case. पूरे शरीर में खुशी खुशी हो गई, मतलब पूरे शरीर में प्लेजेंट सेंसेशन हो गया. ऐसा कभी कभी तो होता है, मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कभी कभी होता है कोई अच्छी बात सुन ले तो गुज़बम्प हो जाए, बट नॉर्मली ऐसा तो नहीं होता. और ये जो कंसेप्ट है कि वेदना शरीर पे ही होती है, ये एक डाउटफुल थिंग है, क्योंकि पूरे एक्सपीरियंस में ऐसा नहीं होता है। कहाँ पे, मतलब ऐसा लगता है जैसे गोयंका जी बोल रहे हैं, दोनों केस शरीर पे ही है। चाहे हम कुछ देख रहे हैं, चाहे हम कुछ सुन रहे हैं, संवेदना शरीर पे ही है।
राइट।
तो ये जो कंफ्यूजन है ना, एक तो लेवल 1, लेवल 2, व्हाट गोयंका जी सेइंग एंड व्हाट व्हेन वी आर यूजिंग अदर सेंसेस। बॉडी कर रहे हैं तो बॉडी पे तो पता है कि संवेदना बॉडी पे ही है, या सेकंड लेवल की भी हो सकती है। जैसे मुझे यहाँ बहुत दर्द हो रहा है, ठीक है, अगर मैं ठीक से देखूं, मतलब मुझे ऐसा पूरा सिर दर्द कर रहा है, अगर मैं फिर रियल में ढूंढने जाऊं सिर में कहाँ दर्द है, तो शायद कहीं ना मिले। एक कंसेप्चुअल पूरा हेड एक कर रहा है, पर अगर मैं ढूंढूं तो कहीं एक ही पॉइंट मिले या कुछ भी ना मिले। ये तो बॉडी पे ये दोनों लेवल हो सकते हैं। कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि बहुत दर्द हो रहा है, पर ढूंढने जाए तो एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट नहीं मिलता। तो ये बॉडी पे बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि तुम डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर पाओ। बट ये जब हम बात करते हैं, कुछ सुनते हैं, कुछ टेस्ट करते हैं, कुछ देखते हैं, वहां पे ऑलवेज सेकंड गेस। अब इस पे आपका ओपिनियन चाहिए।
Okay, good. So first and foremost, have you read 108 Vedana?
हाँ, वो तो 6 into then 3 then
36 into 3.
and then multiply by 2 more and then it becomes 108.
So thing is, what is Vedana? What is Samvedana?
हाँ, ये भी मेरा क्वेश्चन था। संवेदना वर्ड कहाँ से आया? वो भी संभस जब वेदना जैसा लगता है, सम प्लस वेदना।
हाँ, तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि in pure Dhamma especially, there is a person called Vaharaka who was a good Thero, but he over-emphasized on this sun, saying that if it is sun, it is Raga, Dvesha, Moha. It need not be.
Yeah, overemphasized.
Okay, because if you say Samyojana, it is not with Raga, Dvesha, Moha. No. So,
not always.
Not always. So there is a problem. Anyway, let's leave that aside and let's go by Buddha teaching in Sutta. There is a meaning associated with it also. So we don't have to really struggle कि ये क्या है वो क्या है. First, let us resolve Samvedana. Vedana as such, defined in the Mahavedala Sutta, is Vedayati iti Vedana. Okay. Now the next question is Kim Vedayati? Sukham Vedayati, Dukkham Vedayati, Adukha Asukham Vedayati. Okay. Now let's understand that in Hindi या English में. तो जब भी हम वेदना की बात करते हैं तो 3 प्रकार के होता है. एक आपको सुख की अनुभूति होती है काय के ऊपर या मानसिक ऊपर. काय मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरा शरीर में होना चाहिए, इधर होना चाहिए, उधर होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. जहाँ पे सेंस मिलेगा वहाँ पे आपको शरीर में एक संवेदना जगेगी. वेदना नहीं जगेगी, संवेदना जगेगी. मतलब जब भी आंख और वस्तु दोनों साथ में जुड़ जाते हैं तभी संवेदना आता है.
तो वो आप संवेदना का डेफिनेशन सन प्लस वेदना नहीं करते, राइट?
नहीं.
ओके, नाउ आप वेदना को फर्स्ट कहते हैं, फर्स्ट फिर वेदना में क्या संभस और संवेदना में
एक मिनट. सो लेट मी सॉल्व वन बाय वन. यू गिव मी सम टाइम, क्योंकि एक साथ हम लेंगे तो पागल हो जाएंगे.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry, but I understand your problem, but this is how we need to first understand correctly. So Vedayati. वेदयति का मतलब है एक आपको एहसास दिलाना कि ये सुख है. किसी ने बताया नहीं ये सुख है, बट सेंसेस नो कि ये सुख है. सेंसेस नो ये दुख है. Senses know it is neutral. Not you know it. Okay. That is Vedana. उनको पहले से ही पता है. Now the question asked in Mahavedana Sutta is, how does Vedana know? He says Vijanati because it is Vijnana which knows and it passes the information to the Vedana. So Vedana also has, Vijnana also has Sukha, Dukkha, Adukha, Sukha. So because Vijnana is there, you can experience. You means eye can experience, ears can experience, nose can experience, tongue can experience, body can experience, mind can experience either Sukh, ya Dukh, ya Adukh, Asukh. This is Vedana. When it comes in contact, becomes Samvedana. If there is no contact, then it is not Samvedana, it is just Vedana.
फिर से
अच्छा सुनिए, अभी मैंने आपका चेहरे को देखा. We all came online. Is it Samphasaja Vedana or is it only Vedana?
Vedna.
Na, it is Samphasaja Vedana because there is a contact with the senses and the sense object and you have made the sense of it. कि ये जो बैठे हैं वो सचिन है, ये जो बैठे हैं वो नवीन है. मुझे कुछ गलत फहमी नहीं हुआ, अरे यार सचिन नवीन हो गया, नवीन सचिन हो गया, अभी इसके पास बाल था अभी बाल उड़ गया, इनके पास बाल आ गया, ऐसा तो कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं हुआ ना मुझे. दैट हैज हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ सम फस्सा हो गया, कॉन्टैक्ट. सो कॉन्टैक्ट इज अ कंडीशन फॉर फीलिंग. कहाँ पे है? पटिसमुत्पाद में है. So you can't put Vedana first and then Phassa later because then Patisamutpada will not work. And why that? Buddha teaching is in a sutta which is 3.61 Anguttara Nikaya. That is Sthita Ayatana Sutta. Okay? मैं बाद में आपको भेजता हूँ. Last में he says what is Buddha Dhamma. He says if somebody asks what is Buddha Dhamma, इतना कह लीजिए. बाकी आपको कुछ कहने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. कोई भी आपसे पूछे why are you following Buddha Dhamma, इतना आप कह लीजिए. In that he says what is dukkha. It's not whatever we think as dukkha. He says what you feel, what one feels is dukkha. Through eyes, through ears, through nose, through tongue, through body, through mind, whatever you feel, because of the object arising and you want to hold on to the object and the object departing will eventually mean at that moment, will create dukkha either in the body or in the mind or in both. So he says kayika dukkha and manasika or chetasika dukkha. So in that 108 kind of Vedana, he says that Bhikkhu comes and says there is fight going on because of the way you have explained Vedana. Some people are saying 3, some people are saying 6, some people are saying there are 18, some people are saying there are 36, some people are saying there are 108, and as you have told me there are only 2 Vedana, they are hitting me that there are no 2 Vedana, there are 108 Vedana. Then in that he says that yes, I understand your confusion, I have confused all of you, let me give you clarity. There are actually 2 Vedana, Kayika and Manasika or Chetasika. This is not Samphasaja Vedana, it's just Vedana. Both, just Vedana. You cannot stay without Vedana because Phassa is always there. Got it? You will
so what Samphasa Vedna is equal to Sanphasa, वो अभी discard करें.
वो discard कर लीजिए.
Okay, in this discussion.
Okay. You, me, anyone, if you see something, there is a phassa. You can't say I never had any phassa. Clear?
We can say phassa is equal to sensation or physical sensation. No.
Phassa is just phassa. Where it is defined in the Putta Mamsa Sutta, he explains what is phassa. 4 ahara, in the sense he says second ahara, which is the phassa ahara.
Phassa.
He says what is phassa. He says look at a cow, and the cow has been removed of its skin, and on the northern wall the flies try to attack it, and the and it runs away to the eastern wall, and the flies on the eastern wall attack it. Then it goes to southern wall, and the southern wall, the flies and ants and everything would like to attack it. Then it goes to the northern wall. That is phassa. Meaning to say what? Something or the other will be arising to you out of 6 senses. You can't skip it, but you have it as neutral. So he says, not knowing neutral is avidya.
Oh, yeah, that I understood.
Right? So if you call everything sampassaja vedana, then it's already distorted. So what is the remedy? Remedy to understand phassa. Now what is the remedy to understand phassa? You need to understand salaytana. What is the remedy to understand salaytana? It is nama rupa. What is the remedy to understand nama rupa? It is vijnana. What is the remedy to understand vijnana? It is sankhara. What is the remedy to understand sankhara? It is avidya. What is the remedy to understand avidya? It is asava. This is how it works. So first thing we need to understand is there is vedana, there is sampassaja vedana. Ja means birth. Feeling born out of something. That is chakku sampassaja vedana, ghana sampassaja vedana. And he doesn't use the word sampassaja vedana. No. He puts through the organ of the senses. So what pure Dhamma puts there ki sampassaja vedana as a concept is wrong.
Wrong.
None of the suttas carry sampassaja vedana as just sampassaja vedana.
Yeah.
It either is chakku or sota or ghana, jivha, kaya, mano.
Yeah, it is same name, Vedna Sampassaja.
If he uses sampassaja vedana,
Yeah, then it is second.
no, whenever Buddha uses sampassaja vedana, he is ensured that the sense organ is also attached to it.
Okay.
Clear on this sampassaja vedana?
Yeah, as per Tripitaka, Sampassaja means this.
I'm only talking from Tripitaka. I'm not interested in any other description, dialogues or whatever it is. Easily, I don't have fight with anyone because I go by the base.
Yes.
No personal interpretation.
Correct. That's what I want.
If somebody challenges me, I will open the sutta, we'll study together.
Yeah, it may be difficult to understand, but it is better to stay with it.
Yes. Now comes to Vedana. Now संपत जैसा छोड़ दो, इसका तो हो गया ना हालत. Basically, Vedana is something which can be felt, which can give you an experience. That is Vedana. So what experience it will give you? It will give you Sukha, it will give you Dukkha, it will give you neutral. Now what is Sampassaja? He is with the senses. What is Vedana? The original feeling as Sukha.
One is raw, one is
processed, one is raw. When the Vedana is mixed with or conditioned with a sense, it becomes Sankhara. Clear?
Mixed with sense.
Sense and the object.
Okay.
Chakkuncha paticcha रूपेच उपपज्यति चक्कु विज्ञानम.
That is Sampassaja.
एक मिनट ठहरो, करेंगे इसका फॉर्मूला भी कर देंगे. तिन्न संगति फस्सो, फस्स पच्चय वेदना. Now he doesn't use sampassaja vedana here. I want to give you this clarity. Then we might argue, अरे वहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे नहीं है. Why? Because when it connects, the remaining thing he puts there. Yam vedeti tam sanjanati. Now comes sanya. It is not before the Vedana sanya comes. So what Goenka says is also wrong. It can't be sanya coming first and then the Vedana comes later, which is saying that I perceive, but now I got the feeling.
Yes.
It is going against Buddha teaching itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yam vedayati, whatever you feel, Now there is no samphasaja because it's still yet to be born. Okay. Yam vedeti tam sanjanati. Yam sanjanati tam vitakketi. Now the thinking starts, so now you have samphasaja there.
Hmm.
Yam vitakketi tam papancheti.
So in that sense, was because Sanna has said this guy is very bad, and you are feeling the wrong thing, the bad feeling, that is vitakketu.
Yeah, no, not bad thing. Vittak means to
Vitak.
think, just to think. I look at you and say, अरे सचिन का बाल उड़ गया है, क्यों उड़ गया अभी? That is vitak. I am not taking the object as his condition. I am doing some.
So what is somanasa domanasa here?
Now let us finish this.
Okay.
Then we create a papancha sanya sankha, which is nothing but story making. And what he says in the end, chakku vinyanesu rupesu. Right? Now he starts with chakuncha paticcha cha rupecha uppajjati chakku vinyanam and ends with chakku vinyanesu rupesu. So when he does this as a formula, there is an implicit mention of samphasaja at vitakka.
Actually, I will need to read this video at least 2-3 times, maybe.
No problem. Actually, I have made it private. You can see, you can read, or when you are here in Bangalore, we can go through as many number of times. I can show you how it works also. And you will really experience it yourself. ऐसे ही blind faith में लेना नहीं है.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Now this is one thing. Now what is manasa? Its actually original root is chitta, means light. Chitta is a stream of light. Okay, stream. And that is the reason in Abhidhamma it is called chitta viti. Okay, viti means road. On the road, you can see thousands of people going, or let us take a river where the river is flowing in one direction and you can't say which one is what. And that is the same way is chitta viti. So chitta is that stream of light which has many chit in that. Chit is singular, chitta is plural. Chetasa, cheta, chitta, cheto, mano, manasa, all are same.
All are?
Same.
Okay.
In some instances, he calls it mano if it is a second order. He calls it as cheto if it is a first order. Or chitta if it is a first order. If he's going to the second order, he say mano. Why?
Cheto vimukti is the thing.
Yes. Cheto vimukti. Meaning the chitta doesn't carry any dirt at all, good or bad, it doesn't matter. That means it doesn't carry somanasa, it doesn't carry domanasa, it only carries upekha. Clear? Okay. Now, manasa is the third step. So, chitta, mano, manasan. That's the third one. So, when he uses that manasa, what it means is that the object is already grasped in the consciousness. Okay. Now, it will create a feeling which will give you so means enjoyment, do means repulsion, or pleasure and displeasure. Anything in Sanskrit and in Pali which starts with su and du. Su is sukha, du is dukkha. Akha is senses. जिस सेंस से वो आया है वहाँ पे सुख पाएंगे, जिस सेंस से आया है दुख पाएंगे. मतलब ऐसा है, आई कैन आस्क नवीन सेज दैट गाड़ियाँ बहुत चलती है, यहाँ पे बहुत शोर है, यहाँ पे ये है वो है. So his mind get disturbed with sound. So he is getting dukkha vedana. He is not feeling in every part of the body dukkha. No. कान के अंदर इरिटेशन हो रहा है. Akha is also eyes. Akshi is also eyes. So they use one variable to explain the whole concept. So du akha means because our eyes keeps on seeing everything. You're seeing dukkha, meaning you're experiencing unhappiness. Got it? Su akha, sukha, is you're experiencing pleasurable thing. Okay? They can't put sota, ghana, jivha, kaya, mano and all that. It doesn't make sense. So they put which is the predominant sense we have is eyes. So put that. Now so manasa. Now it is not anything to do with body. It is supposed to do with mana. Mana indriya. That means chitta, mano, manasan, padayan, pandaran, mana, manayatanan, mana indriyan, vinyana, 8th one. Before that happened, it became a mana indriya. It is by itself a home. Where chakku indriya has a home. What it means, I will give you a very simple illustration. You can't make eyes to eat. जितना भी आप ट्राई कर लो, खाना लेके यहाँ पे लेके आ जाओ, वो खाएगा नहीं. Force it, no, try it out. एक दिन ट्राई कर लो फॉर अ चेंज. या आंख को छोड़ दो, नाक से खाना खाओ. The senses know what should be taken where by itself, and that is the reason it is indriya. Indravanti iti indriya, which runs towards the object, is indriya. That's a definition of indriya. Okay. So then ayatana is what creates that houses, 6 houses, and who residing in that house is chakku indriya, sota indriya, ghana indriya, like that. So the sense chakku.
So chakku is the house and chakku indriya is the
Chakku indriya is a resider in the house, ayatana. And since there is no word called a house or whatever it is, they make it a sphere, English में. 6 sense spheres. गोल हो गया ना. अभी आप भी घूमेंगे गोल गोल में. ये क्या गोल किया है, अभी कैसा घूमूं यार, नहीं, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इसीलिए when we translate to English it becomes faluda. हाँ ठीक है. Now we come back. Now you have a house. In the house who is residing? Chakku is residing. It has its own house. In the same way, mana has its own house, which is a virtual home. It interacts with all the senses and it collects the input and it depicts, I have enjoyed it. Clear? That experience, what you get, is so manasa, do manasa, upekha. Clear? So you understood samphassa, you understood what is Vedana, you understood about this ayatana, then you understood Indriya, then you understood how it whole thing works. So you get so manasa, do manasa is a mental feeling, sukha and dukkha is a physical feeling. You have a physical pain, that is dukkha. Now you might ask me a question, but you just now said that it is for 6 senses. Kaya is also there in that. So you don't leave kaya. You just take only eyes, ear, nose, tongue. No, you also take kaya. That means the sensation. The wrong word to use is sensation. What is your sensation? Senses is 6. Sensation means what? God only knows. आप सेंसेशन को देखते रहो. क्या सेंसेशन देखते रहो?
So sensation के इक्विवेलेंट कोई पाली वर्ड नहीं है.
नहीं है, या पाली वर्ड के इक्विवेलेंट इंग्लिश वर्ड नहीं है. सो जब भी हम वीआरआई में बैठेंगे, आप अपना सेंसेशन देखते रहो, अरे वो आ रहा है, ये आ रहा है. एक हद के लिए सही है, बिकॉज नोबडी हैज एक्सपीरियंस मेडिटेशन. तो ठीक है, अभी बैठेंगे, कुछ यहाँ पे कुछ हो रहा है, यहाँ गर्म हो रहा है, नरम हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, ठंडा हो रहा है, बिजली आ रही है, ये आ रही है, मुझे ऐसा कुछ दिल में धड़क रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. दैट इज अ वेरी बेसिक लेवल ऑफ संवेदना. आई एम यूजिंग वर्ड संवेदना.
Pottabba dhatu we can say, na?
Pottabba is touch, because it is being touched. Okay, now we come to the actual way of looking at it. The actual way of looking at it is that first you need to have two things. What is a kaya? Kaya is having two. One is the mano, one is the physical. Two kayas.
Okay.
Kaye kaya anupassi viharati are two kayas, not one single kaya.
Manomaya kaya.
Manomaya kaya. The mental body. What is this mental body? It is a body which is residing in another body as a body. The input in that is only Vedana. Output is also only Vedana. एक हद से देखेंगे और एक दृष्टिकोण से देखेंगे, what Goenka says is correct. But deeper level में देखेंगे तो then what Goenka says doesn't make any sense, because everything is not like that. And you can't take everything and say that हाँ ये पूरा वेदना है, आप उसको छोड़ दो, ये ऐसा करो वैसा करो. It comes on the body then, because now what happens is you don't know how to put this mental thing. So you have to attach it to the physical thing. But mental is different, physical is different. They both.
Yeah, you can train people by this, but that training cannot be given directly to so that body.
ठीक है. When a person has not experienced, अरे यार मेरी बीवी wants to go and do Vipassana. If I want to explain so much of concept to her, वो मर जाएगी यार, वो she will get scared. ये क्या मैं सीख रही हूँ? इससे अच्छा ऐसे बैठे रहो, अभी पैर में दर्द, अरे होने दो यार, कुछ नहीं होगा, गर्म हो रहा है देखो, ये हो रहा है देखो. दैट इज गुड, एब्सोल्युटली फेयर. नहीं तो ये पागलपन हो जाएगा. क्यों? अरे डिफरेंस बिटवीन संवेदना एंड वेदना, डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस एंड दैट. सीखने के बाद अरे अभी मुझे यहाँ पे खुजली हो रही है, वो संवेदना हो रही है, वेदना हो रहा है. व्हाट डू वी रिप्लाई नाउ? सो इट बिकम्स really complicated. Then Buddha Dhamma becomes extremely complicated.
Yeah, that's what you are trying to tell you also, right? Abhi start karo.
Right. So what we have to do is we have to take that which is good and add to it. Matlab you start adding to it little by little. Then you defocus what you have learned. So VRI में जो हम सीख के आए हैं, you have to defocus and really get into this one, because now that is experience is over. आपको समझ में आ गया, आप 10 दिन आराम से बैठ सकते हो. वेदना, संवेदना, whatever he says you are able to experience. Fine, very good, यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. So everything is not bodily, everything is not mental, it is both bodily and mental. When we talk about kaya, then there is only the mahadhatu. When we take manomaya kaya, it is phassa, vedana, chetana, phassa, vedana, sanya, chetana, manasikara. These 5. And then we have to bring in nama rupa with vijnana. If we forget that, then this becomes another faluda.
So nama rupa ka naam part is manomaya kaya.
Correct. And Rupakaya is the
Physical.
the the Shuddhashtaka,
Shuddhashtaka.
or
Okay.
the four primaries, so Mahabhuta and Upadaya Rupa. Simple. If I can practice like that, what is going to happen is, when the Vedana comes, I know that it is Sukha Vedana. How? I know means who knows. The Vijnana takes on a role like a double role, gives input to the Vedana, that what is coming as an input from the Chakkuncha Rupecha Upajjati Chakku Vijnanam. It comes back as a rebound, like a mirror reflection, and says that ye sukha ke liye hai. So you, that mind, mana indriya, will now keep, stay, thita, hold it, upadana, that experience. Okay. So Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vijnana, in that, what happens is, because of the Rupa, a particular feeling arises, and the Vijnana picks up that feeling and then gives that experience to Sanya Sankhara, so that you get that I am seeing, I am hearing, I am tasting, I am touching, I am smelling. That experience, you get it. That one is fabricated because it is Sankhara. Instead of calling fabricated, we'll call it as preparation, बनावटी. सचमुच ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, बनावटी है. जो बनावट है वो मर जाएगा, वो टिकेगा नहीं, वो टिकाऊ नहीं है. सो पूरा जो हमारा जो लाइफ है वो बनावटी है. सच में वो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, बिकॉज इफ यू सी, it's only made out of dhatu and upadaya rupa. So when you have that, the vijnana becomes upekha. Because vijnana is upekha, the vedana is also upekha.
Vijnana is upekha, so Vedana is upekha.
First vedana will not become upekha because vijnana is upekha. Because that's the reason in the Pena Pindupama Sutta he says that vijnana is a magician.
So Chakkuncha Paticcha Rupecha Upajjati Upekha Vijnana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Upajjati Chakku Vijnanam Tinna Sangati Phasso Phassa Pachaya Upekha Vedana.
Upekha Vedana. Okay, that way.
Instead of Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, it will be Upekha Vedana. So he says Adi Mokha. Mokha means moksha. So you have removed that experience itself. The mind, which is mana indriya, doesn't keep that experience. It just observes. Sakshi just observes. It doesn't hold on to that experience कि मैंने ये लिया. जैसे VRI में गया, हाँ मैंने 10 दिन का शिविर किया, कितना आनंद मिला. That is stored in mana indriya. So next time when you go to VRI, it sets an expectation कि इस बार भी ऐसा ही होगा,
जो नहीं होगा
या इससे भी ज्यादा होगा.
करेक्ट.
और वो असिस्टेंट टीचर बैठा है, वो आपको ताने दे रहा है, ताने के ऊपर ताने दे रहा है. आपको लगता है अरे पागल के आदमी, ये सड़ा हुआ आदमी यहाँ क्यों बैठा है. So that is what is a mana indriya's job. Any indriya job is to run behind the object. In dravanti iti indriya. One which runs towards the object is indriya. So chakkuncha paticcha rupecha upajjati chakku vijnanam is that because of the object and the eye, the vijnana arises. That's how it has to be understood. Now when he says vinyanasa nirodhena uparujjati, what it means is that this vinyana will not be there. Which vinyana? Chakuncha rupecha paticcha upajjati chakku vinyanam tinna sangati passo passa pacha vedana vedana pachaya tanha. That will not be there. It becomes adhimokha. Why? Tanhakkhayo virago nirodho nibbana.
Nibbana.
Why? Because sabbupadi pati nissago. All experiences are being given up. Experiences are happening where? In the house. Which house? Indriya's house. Due to what? Salaitana. Right? If that itself is not there, no sankharas are there. So that's the reason he says Sabba sankhara samatho. Now you come to samatha. That is the reason it is etan santan etan panita. 1 minute.
So, date decide किया?
Date.
Not yet, because there is a continuity program. My mother might be undergoing a surgery. So I'm just waiting for the dates from the doctor.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she has to undergo cataract surgery.
ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. अच्छा, एक और काम भी कर सकते हैं. इफ यू आर मीटिंग इन मार्च, वी कैन गो टू श्रावस्ती. एक महीने के बाद मिलना है तो उधर ही मिलेंगे. टिल देन वी कैन प्रैक्टिस लाइक व्हाट वी आर डूइंग टुडे.
Okay, let's continue.
हाँ, नाउ दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. सो एक तरह से देखा जाए, इनिशियली आई डोंट नो एनीथिंग. आई नीड टू मेडिटेट. आई गो टू गोयंका जी, whoever assistant टीचर, नो मैटर. बैठने की मुझे क्षमता चाहिए, वो उधर ही मिलेगा, कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. परफेक्ट. बट केयर शुड बी टेकन दैट धम्मा डेप्थ नहीं है, एक्सपीरियंस है. सो यू कांट मैच इट विद धम्मा एंड सेइंग दैट हाँ ये यहाँ तक नीचे है क्या, डेप्थ है क्या. नहीं है. विड्थ है, डेप्थ नहीं है. Okay, that is the problem. But it is good for beginners, not good for advanced. Because you have advanced, it means you start investigating. ये कैसा होगा, वो कैसा होगा, वो नहीं होगा. So that was your first question. What's the second question?
हाँ, नहीं, सेकंड क्वेश्चन तो भी आऊंगा बाद में. अभी ये वाला दिस केस यू एक्सप्लेन ना, दैट ये होता भी है ना कभी कभी, पूरा बॉडी में घुसपम्प आ गए किसी केस के वजह से. कोई अच्छी बात हुई, कोई, मेरे को तो होता है जब कोई बात बहुत अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है, डीप होती है, तो कभी कभी घुसपम्प पहले से ही आते हैं. तो ये तो बॉडी पे आ गए, बट इट्स नॉट बाय टच, इट्स बाय टच ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग.
Yes, now what is, why goosebumps are coming, or you will even get a very pleasurable sensation. That is because of the first jhana.
Okay.
And that is there in the jhana sutta itself, or in any sutta, samannapala sutta, this sutta, whichever sutta you see, he says, what is first jhana? Savittakka savichara piti sukha ekagata. So vivicchehi kamehi vivicchehi akusala dhammehi.
Okay, so you mean to say that is niramita sukha?
Yes, and you get that.
Okay.
Whenever mind retreats from sense object,
Got it.
you get goosebumps. Whenever the mind is associated with sense object, you will get sukha ya dukkha ya neutral feeling. Okay. Now the goosebumps, to hair standing like this, to body trembling, to getting tears in your eyes,
Yeah.
due to khushi ke liye, all these are jhanic blisses.
Okay.
They have got nothing to do with this. This comes under anenjabi sankhara.
Hmm.
Clear? There also Vedana is there, but this Vedana is Niramisa Sukha Vedana. If you go to Vedananupasana, he talks about Niramisa Sukha.
हाँ,
सामिस सुख निरामिस सुख.
उसमें दुख नहीं हो सकता ना? नहीं,
दुख भी है ना वहां पे.
ऐसा बॉडी पे आ जाए ऐसा कोई दुख?
No, it appears on the body. So like I said, in a way what Goenka says is right, but if you go to the depth, it is wrong.
अच्छा, ये केस बताओ कि मैं बहुत दुखी हो गया और शरीर पे आ गया.
No, the Vedana ultimately at one level, at the base level, will appear on the body because there is no other way to feel, because
Okay.
the Kaya itself is one Indriya. So it will take the object. Just give me a minute. Now I'm ready.
गूज़बम्प की बात करते थे.
हाँ. So anything, any Niramisa Sukha or Samisa Sukha, both Niramisa Dukkha, Samisa Dukkha, if you take both, it first appears in the mind, Mana Indriya, then it is also simultaneously experienced in the Kaya, because the Kaya is also part of it. So there are two Kaya, right? Manomaya Kaya and this Kaya. So it should appear in both.
एक एग्जांपल देना निरामिस दुख का.
Niramisa Dukkha is when you are not able to attain the jhana, is the Niramisa Dukkha. बहुत ट्राई करके विफल हो गया, सो यू हैव निरामिसा दुक्ख. उसके लिए भी सुत्ता है, निरामिसा सुत्ता करके ही है.
अच्छा.
एंड नेक्स्ट वन इज निरामिसा दुक्ख.
ओके, तो नंबर भेज दे.
यू कैन
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन धारा प्रवाह के बारे में है. धारा प्रवाह तो आपको पता है ना, बॉडी स्वीपिंग, ये गोएंका जी का ब्रांडिंग है, बॉडी स्वीप करना. अब कहाँ त्रिपिटक में है पता नहीं है, ऊपर से लेकर नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर मूव करना.
दैट इज योगिक. Actually, it is nothing to do with Buddha teaching. Body sweeping is an activity in yoga. It is there in Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
हाँ, पर ये लोग कहते हैं कि अपना ही शुद्ध धर्म है, गुरु शिष्य परंपरा से आया है, तो यही बुद्ध का शुद्ध धर्म है. तो वो गलत है.
हाँ, वो गलत है, क्योंकि this body sweeping you will not find even one sutta explaining that. Okay. And another thing, हाँ, बताइए.
हाँ, और मुझे तो 4-5 शिविर लग गए ये समझने कि मैं बॉडी स्वीप करना हूँ, करता था, अब अकर्ता भाव से बॉडी स्वीप कैसे करूँ. तो मैं इधर से इधर मूव करके मूवमेंट इटसेल्फ आई वाज फीलिंग, और उसी को मैं संवेदना मानता था. तो अब मैंने मूव करने की बजाय आई वाज, पहले ऐसा था ना, जैसे आप अपनी उंगली पे ध्यान लगाओ तो attention shifted here, right? Automatically here. बट आप धीरे से यहाँ से मूव कर रहे हो, यहाँ पे जा रहे हो, दैट मूवमेंट इज वेरी मच एफर्टफुल. तो वो मुझे अभी अभी बहुत टाइम लगा कि मैं अभी इधर जाना पाना छोड़ दिया, एक पाथ बना देता हूँ, फिर अपने आप जाए तो जाए, नहीं तो नहीं जाए. तो वो उस लेवल को मैं अभी समझ पाया हूँ कि मैं जाना पाना कहीं नहीं है. अगर मैं करूंगा तो भी जैसे जाऊंगा नहीं कहीं पे, जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, नाउ नाउ पुट योर अटेंशन टू योर टो, तो वो चला ही जाता है. तो वो वाला सही है. एक ये चीज है. हाँ, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे.
हाँ, so this is also there in Visuddhi Magga. See, maximum amount of these meditation technique, including Kasina, is from Visuddhi Magga of Buddha Gosa. And Buddha Gosa has added this from Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
Okay. So इधर से आ गया हिंदुइज्म से.
हाँ, क्यों आ गया? Because there are certain things which cannot be accomplished if you take the pure Buddha teaching. The book what you sent is from Asanga. Asanga was there in Nalanda University. So his books, his literature now it is in Tibetan, but they are very good. Matlab, this is for people who tried best with Buddha Dhamma. जितना ट्राई कर सकता हूँ ट्राई किया, विफल हो गया, क्योंकि ना मुझे गुरु मिला, ना वो एनवायरनमेंट मिली. पर मुझे इसी जन्म में आई वांट टू गेट इनटू अनागामी. इफ आई फॉलो असंग, वसुबंधु, अतीशा, पद्मसंभवा, like that, it will work.
You may not understand, but it will work.
It will work. You don't have to go so deep into suttas and all that. वो कुछ नहीं चाहिए. वो जैसे बता रहे हैं वैसा करो, आपको सही में you will get into Suddhavasa, which in Chinese it is called as Pure Land Buddhism.
Pure land Buddhism. Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, so everybody is interested in entering into Anagami stage, which is Pure Land Buddhism.
Okay.
So Mahayana's main viewpoint is to attain pure abode. So Heart Sutra, which is nothing but Prajna Paramita Sutra, and all of that is related to this.
Okay, forget about what Buddha says, but go there.
Because see, it's like this. There's nothing wrong in that approach, because
Correct.
this Buddha's approach is not for everyone. That's the reason Padma Sambhava, Atisha, Nagarjuna, all these people are treated as second Buddha or whatever it is, because they found a different path. And there's nothing wrong. So what they did, Upanishad Yoga Leke, they added many of the Buddha teaching and they combined it and made it more appropriate. Because in Buddha teaching there's nothing called Kundalini. यहाँ पे है.
यहाँ से आई ना.
Yes, Naveen, go ahead.
So these people, those who derived a secondary method, were they able to accomplish the same objective as Buddha Dhamma could have?
That's what they claim.
It's not verified, I mean.
You can't verify anything, right?
But
Because one minute, I'll give you clarity. In the Mahayana tradition, there is nothing called Arhat.
Okay.
Arhat नाम का कुछ है ही नहीं है. You take human birth again and again and again to make sure that all humans get liberation and then you get liberation.
Yeah, I heard that. You cannot liberate alone.
And that's the reason it's called Hinayana, because you are selfish. Mahayana is a bigger vehicle, where you have compassion towards all living beings. And then that's the reason Dalai Lama is called as Ocean of Compassion. He was a manifestation of Avalokiteshvara. So now what happened? It turned itself into a tantric Hindu Buddhism.
Okay. So their aim is to get into Pure Land and then bring everyone into Pure Land.
Yes, that's the
Then what to do, they don't know.
then automatically you get liberated. No, because even Buddha says once you become anagami, from there you get liberated. So you don't have to worry about this lower realms of existence.
There are something else that will happen. I don't care.
We don't care, right? So अभी ऐसा है, हालत हमारी ऐसी है कि अगर हम बॉडी स्कैनिंग की बात करें, दैट इज बाय विशुद्धि मग्ग. It's not there anywhere in Buddha teaching. It is there only in Deepavasini or something of Buddha Gosa. There are books of Buddha Gosa. In that one section talks about scanning the body, because he says that is what Buddha recommended, but it is not there. So he has written a commentary on that. Okay.
Even Vipassana word is not explained in Tripitaka. It is just used 4-5 times, and that too with Samatha Vipassana.
See, Samatha Vipassana has been spoken about, but this method of how you are doing in VRI is Buddha Gosa's method. It is not something to do with what Buddha has taught in the first place.
Correct. I know that from very beginning.
So shall we take it this way, that Buddha Gosa has adulterated the pure Dhamma?
Not really adulterated. We can't really make it that way and make him a villain out of it.
Yeah, it is very good technique.
See, Visuddhi Magga, if you read, okay, I'll tell you why and how and what not.
And one more thing, because we are discussing right now, I will not stop that.
No, don't do
Yeah.
that. You don't have to stop anything. So now let's look at this. नवीन, ऐसा देखिए, ऐसा परख के देखिए. आपने बहुत सारा सुत्ता पढ़ लिया, रट लिया, जो कुछ भी करना है कर लिया, और विलास को भी फॉलो कर लिया. अभी कुछ नहीं मिला.
Exactly.
अभी क्या करेंगे बताओ? अभी कहाँ जाएंगे आप?
कुछ तो करना है.
कुछ तो करना है. So the natural aim is, let us see something which is different.
वो अंताक्षरी का वर्ड है ना, बैठे बैठे क्या करे,
क्या
करना
करे,
है कुछ का.
खेलो अंताक्षरी.
Let's play अंताक्षरी.
So now what I am going to do is, I am going to open up Visuddhi Magga book. It explains very well. Everything has an explanation. Fabricated or not fabricated, समझ में तो आ जाएगा आपको. कुछ आप कर भी सकते हो.
और क्या करना है क्लियर होगा उसमें.
हाँ, you see, Kasina. Buddha just mentions Kasina, but there's a whole section on Kasina by Buddha Gosa. Supposing I want to do Earth Kasina. Bimba Pratibimba is a concept in Hinduism. He has brought that into there. So he says Patibhagga, and that is you create a nimitta, and that nimitta arises, and then you keep on concentrating on that. Make it
two nimitta.
Two nimittas, yes. So Patibhagga means opposite, reflection. Bimba Pratibimba. There's a huge section in Upanishad on how to create that.
And that works also, no? If you focus.
Absolutely, it works. Absolutely. Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, then Neela, then red color, that is Lohita, all that works. And white. So there are 10 kasinas. See, my dear friend, I want to see light in the body. Okay? अभी नहीं मिल रहा है यार, अभी बताओ ना मुझे क्या करना है फिर. If Buddha thing is not working, at least I'll go to some other vendor, na?
अच्छी बात है.
अच्छी बात है. Why I should reject that? That is foolishness.
Correct.
If that is not working, I will go to Dalai Lama, Kala Chakra. It works.
What is that?
The Kala Chakra is a way of doing. Okay, it works. By beauty, it works. And it's very simplified. I don't have to struggle so much with Pali, this, that, Pado. Up sirf you follow Dalai Lama, become a Dalai Lama भक्त हो जाएगा. You want to go to Suddhavasa, right? You want to get Anagami. That's your goal. मिल गया. अरहत लेके क्या करोगे? पहली बात यह है कि हम कहाँ हैं हमें ही पता नहीं है. दूसरी बात यह है कि आई डोंट वांट टू डाई अगेन कम बैक टू द सेम प्लेस. सो अभी क्या करना है मुझे? लेट मी गो एंड join Buddha Gosa or Dalai Lama or somebody and do it. What is wrong in that? Or even where I will do.
Yes. And body sleep works. Physically, you get health.
Yes, it works.
Like you exercise, right? Yeah. Exercise is needed for Buddha Dharma also. You need to exercise daily so that you can follow Buddha Dharma.
Correct. So what happened here is that Buddha Gosa, before going to Sri Lanka to understand the whole Tipitaka, he took many of these concepts which were good. He added as his commentary and changed lot of the original teachings to suit that commentary.
Okay.
And he created some 10 books which talk about the Buddha teaching, and each commentary will explain how to do it. This is very good. In fact, Pa-Auk tradition is completely based on that Visuddhimagga, but it works. The advantage.
Okay, so Pauk tradition is full Visuddhimagga.
Visuddhimagga in full. He talks about 40 meditation subject, which is not there in Buddha teaching, but it is there in Buddha Gosa.
I know. Okay.
So now, what is that you want? Is the question. आपको theory चाहिए, practice चाहिए. हाँ रे यार, मुझे तो practice चाहिए. अच्छा, practice through what? Through Visuddhimagga or through Sutta? नहीं, मुझे Sutta से चाहिए. अरे भाई, मैं पढ़ के पागल हो गया. कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है मुझे. इतना कन्फ्यूजन हो रहा है कि अरे यार, ये विज्ञाना क्या होता है पता नहीं है, ये संन्या क्या होता है पता नहीं है, ये क्या होता है पता नहीं है. वो अभी मेरे इंग्लिश में पढ़ रहा हूँ, वो तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा. हिंदी में
और एक दूसरी बात मालूम, ये जो बोलता है ना, बहुत लेमैन आके पूछता है, तो बुद्ध भगवान पूछते हैं विज्ञाना अनिच्चा और निच्चा. जो बंदा कभी बुद्ध से मिला भी नहीं है वो बोलता है अनिच्चा. मुझे लगता है उतने सामान्य आदमी को बोलता है कि पता है विज्ञान क्या है, और मुझे नहीं समझ में.
सही. सो बेसिकली मेरे समझ में तो नहीं आ रहा the Sutta concept. So what I should do? 3 साल 4 साल 5 साल बिता दिए, कुछ भी नहीं मिला. It's better I go elsewhere. Then Buddha Gosa is the next choice. Or I should start like this. I should start with Vipassana of Ubakin. Do it for a few years, perfect in that, then throw that out, then come to Pa-Auk tradition, mix that with whatever you have not done in Vipassana. You take the Buddha Gosa's way of dealing with things, add karo, you get one pyramid. चढ़ेंगे, उसको भी हटा दो. अभी सुत्ता पढ़ो, अभी आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी हैव अ फाउंडेशन. नहीं तो ऐसा होगा घूम घूम के आदमी थक के वहीं सो जाएगा बस. और क्या करेगा बताओ. सो देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग in those traditions, whether it's a Burmese tradition or a Sri Lankan tradition, Thai tradition, कुछ Indonesian tradition, Vietnamese tradition, कुछ भी tradition चलेगा. It will ultimately bring you to one level. उसके बाद में उसको हटा दो, आपको जो करना है करो, अभी समझ में आ जाएगा.
और हटाना भी इमीडिएट नहीं है. जैसे पहला स्टेप होता है तो आप दूसरे स्टेप पे पैर तो रखते हैं, तो पहले स्टेप से निकाल तो नहीं देते जब तक आप एस्टैब्लिश ना हो जाए सेकंड स्टेप पे.
सही है. So that is the reason in our 5-day thing what I put there is to establish Samatha Vipassana through Sila. अगर हमें पहले दिन का ही नहीं हो रहा है, इट मीन्स इट टेक्स गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम। कोई हर्ज नहीं है। ऐसे नहीं है कि कल ही हम तीर मार ले इसको। अच्छा मुझे कल ही मारना है, देन यू हैव टू गो टू तंत्र, दैट्स द ओनली अप्रोच। सो यू हैव टू ड्रॉप ऑल ऑफ दिस, गो टू द तंत्रयाना विच इज वज्रयाना, तुरंत। सो वी हैव टू बी ओपन, वी शुडंट बी क्लोज्ड कि अभी मुझे यही सुत्ते पे ही मरना है। मर जाएंगे पर कुछ नहीं होने वाला। सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट गोल वी हैव पुट। सो वी शुड, हम लोग हमारा मन विस्तार रखेंगे, ठीक है, एंड देन वी विल सी। बट बेटर इज सुत्ता, बट नॉट द अल्टीमेट इज सुत्ता, बिकॉज मेरा मन वहां तक गया ही नहीं, तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? ये तो उलझन है ना। देन नाउ यू सी, नाउ लाइक ही वाज आस्किंग मी अबाउट संपसज वेदना एंड वेदना, दिस एंड दैट। कितना मैं अभी पढ़ूं, कितना मैं मेहनत करूं? तो आई बेटर गो बाय व्हाट गोएंका सेज, वही सही है।
और एक पॉइंट था उस गोयंका जी का, वो भी अच्छा है, सही है, पर आप समझाओ, हम जो भी नॉलेज है ना वो कॉन्शियस लेवल पे होता है, सबकॉन्शियस पे तो वही राग द्वेष है, राइट? हम जैसे सोते हैं तो मच्छर आता है तो नींद में ही मच्छर को मारते हैं, ये तो द्वेष हुआ। पूरे शरीर में सुख दुख संवेदना है और हम उस पर रिएक्ट करते हैं, तो ये उसका लॉजिक है उनका, और सही भी है, बट कहाँ फिट होता है पता नहीं। तो हमारे बॉडी में सब जगह संवेदना ही संवेदना है, किसी पार्ट में मूर्छा है, किसी पार्ट में सुखद संवेदना है। तो ये व्हाट इज बॉडी स्वीप टेक्निक मैं थोड़ा समझा देता हूँ। ऐसे ऊपर से नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर जाना ही बॉडी स्वीप नहीं है। ऐसे बहुत, मतलब एक्चुअली गोयंका जी के जो प्राइवेट ऑडियो है ना, जो वहीं पे बसते, वो अवेलेबल नहीं है।
सही है।
तो वो एक चीज है जो आपको नहीं पता है, और वो चीज वहां सुनने के बाद हमको भी नहीं पता होती, बार बार सुनते हैं तब जाके क्लिक होती है। जो अवेलेबल नहीं है वो वाले ऑडियो की बात कर रहा हूँ। और 20 डेज का और 30 डेज का तो मुझे भी पता नहीं है, वो भी प्राइवेट ही है, वो ऑनलाइन तो नहीं है। तो ये बॉडी स्वीपिंग जो 9वें दिन पे हमको समझाते हैं, वो अब तो मतलब 4-5 शिविर के बाद मुझे याद भी रहा, वो ऐसा है कि ऊपर से नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर जाना है। पर उसमें एक होता है सूक्ष्म संवेदना, एक होता है स्थूल संवेदना। तो स्थूल संवेदना मतलब जैसे दुखद वगैरह मोटे मोटे से संवेदनाएं हैं। तो सुखद संवेदना तो धारा प्रवाह कहते हैं, वो समझते समझते मुझे बहुत टाइम लगा। उसमें जब बॉडी स्वीप अप करते हैं तो पूरे शरीर में देखना है कि कहीं पे सुखद संवेदना कितना परसेंटेज है। तो जहां जहां आपको सुखद संवेदनाएं मिलती है तो उसकी धारा प्रवाह ही होगी, तो वो धारा प्रवाह से चले जाओ और आपको पता चलेगा। जैसे हम झाड़ू मारते हैं ना घर में, सपोज करो घर में कहीं पे तेल के दाग गिर गए हैं और उस घर में पूरा धूल मिट्टी डाल दो, तो पहली बार आप झाड़ू से लगाओगे तो धूल धूल निकल जाएगी, पर जहां ऑयल है वहां की धूल नहीं निकलेगी। उसके लिए दूसरा सॉल्यूशन। तो 1 राउंड मारा, 2 राउंड मारा, ऊपर से नीचे तक, नीचे से ऊपर तक फास्ट मारना है, और पता चल गया कि कहीं पे स्थूल है, वहां पे जा जाके फिर से रुक रुक के संवेदना ढूंढनी है। अगर वो मूर्छित है, मूर्छा मतलब कोई संवेदना इधर नहीं मिल रही है, तो रुक के वेट करके देखना है, धीरे धीरे मिल जाएगी। या तो आप शार्प अपना कंसंट्रेशन शार्प होगा तो मिलेगी, नहीं मिली तो आगे बढ़ो, ऐसे करके 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 मिलने लगेगी। दुखद है तो भी रुकना है। ऐसा करते करते 1-2 साल, 2-3 साल बाद एक लेवल पे आप आओगे और पूरे शरीर में धारा प्रवाह मिलेगा। या धारा प्रवाह मिलने के बाद भी दूसरे दिन ना मिले तो उसका लॉजिक यह है कि पुराने जन्मों की भी संखार उखड़ेंगे, तो आपका धारा प्रवाह भी बिगड़ेगा और फिर से कहीं न दुखद संवेदना पैदा होगी। तो आप समता में रहिए, करते रहिए, करते रहिए। टेक्निक यही है, पूरे शरीर में एक बार देख लो, कहाँ जहां भी सुखद दुखद संवेदना है उसको नोट करके दूसरी बार फिर से धीरे से जाओ। तो ऐसा बॉडी स्वीपिंग का ये ओरिजिनल कंसेप्ट है। ऐसा नहीं कि नीचे से ऊपर, ऊपर से नीचे जाना है। जाना का तरीका यही है कि पहले कंसेप्ट फास्ट जाना है, फास्ट जाने को वो बोलते हैं धारा प्रवाह।
एक ही मिनट, आई जस्ट फिनिश, एक छोटा ऑफ करके आ जाता।
You get धारा प्रवाह ना? ये सबका 10th डे पे ये स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन है ना, एवरीवन आस्क, डिड यू गेट दैट?
या दैट इज करेक्ट, वो मैंने भी सुना है, पर यू आर राइट कि वो उसका ऑडियो या वीडियो या वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं है। बट जितना मैंने पढ़ा है उसमें तो मैंने पढ़ा था, सम फॉरेनर हैड पुट इट कि इसके बारे में, ही हैड गिवन वन पेज डिस्क्रिप्शन, वॉट एवर यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग ही हैड पुट दैट इट। एंड ऑल्सो मैंने जब भी देखा था 20 दिन का भी मैंने देखा था कि फेल्ट इज दैट इफ यू गो टू दैट रविशंकर का जो जो क्रिया है उसमें ही यूजेस ब्रेथ, फास्ट ब्रीथिंग एंड देन यू स्टॉप एंड देन, और लाइक ए डायनेमिक मेडिटेशन ऑफ ओशो, वहाँ पर भी ऐसा ही होता है। देन यू डांस एंड डांस एंड डांस, बैठ जाओ, देन यू गेट द संवेदना एंटायर बॉडी, it becomes very easy. This Goenka technique is you don't physically do anything, you keep on scanning completely, okay, and you will come to see, जैसे आपने धारा के बारे में, धारा means running, so जहाँ जहाँ पे वो जा रहा है you just keep on seeing कि कहाँ जा रहा है, कहाँ जा रहा है, कहाँ जा रहा है, and then wherever the blockages are there they start get opening up and you will be able to feel the sensation. There's another side to it, just like what Visuddhimagga talks about. You will get that Kundalini effect. Energies will start moving in all directions, so you feel really blissful. That is correct. वो भी है.
Yeah, in fact, Goenka ji says Kundalini is distortion of Vipassana.
Correct, I know, but Visuddhimagga में तो है. It doesn't talk about Kundalini in direct sense. Okay, because the Vipassana what has been followed through Buddha Gosa is on body. Everything happens in the body, so the Vipassana is on the body. Whereas in the original Buddha teaching, he doesn't talk about that. He talks about Anicca Dukkha Anatta as one Vipassana topic, or Ahar as another Vipassana topic, or something you take on the Dhamma itself as a Vipassana topic. Nothing to do with body.
ये आइडिया सही है कि बस समझाने के लिए है कि संखार शरीर पे आते हैं?
No, sankharas have got nothing to do with body. Sankharas are all sankharas, all the six. See, you see the definition itself, what it says, Rupa Sanchetana, Saddha Sanchetana, Ghana, sorry, the
okay, six types are there of Sanchetana.
Objects. Its objects are sankharas. They are not something which only appears in the body. So distortion hai, but on the body when you see it, it is more gross and hence you can experience it.
Okay.
देखिए ना, मैं आपको एक सही तरह से समझा देता हूँ सचिन. If you are able to see ayatana yourself, then ये आपको क्लियर हो गया. मतलब how did I see? I will tell you. In the heart region, यहाँ पे सचमुच में you have 6 glass mirrors की तरह है, जहाँ पे शाइन होता है. As and when an object appears, it opens up. That is Hadayavattu. In that you have Chakka Ayatana, Sota Ayatana, like that. Like a 6 petals.
गंधब Ayatana, right? Yeah.
अगर आपको वो देखने को आ गया, then this confusion will not be there.
Yeah. Got it.
अभी आपने देखा नहीं है, so then you will have this duvida. And that tallies, in fact, with Narayana Sutta. नारायण का जो है ना, वो जिस पुरुष सूक्त, नारायण सूक्त जो है ना, उससे मिलता है.
त्रिपिटक में? त्रिपिटक
नहीं है ये, वेदा का मैं बात कर रहा हूँ.
वेद नारायण मुनि. ओके,
नारायण मुनि नहीं भाई, नारायण सूक्त, जैसे पुरुष सूक्त है ना, You go and read. उसमें ज्वाला माला कुलम भाति करके it talks about how the Paramatma is sitting. Okay. Now that is how the Paramatma concept is there in Hindu teachings. Why? Because it is filled with light. And that light is lighting up all the six senses and it keeps on dancing like this. And that is what Buddha says ki this vijnana has to be stopped.
So when Buddha says pabhasara chittam, यही परमात्मा लोग कहते हैं ये सब मैं
Yes,
मानूं?
absolutely. That is what it is. Okay. Now, the six senses, vijnana is Atma, and the one which is ever shining, Pabhasaram idam chittam, is Paramatma. Clear?
Yes, I know that, but I just confirm it.
Okay. Now, if you were to see that in the heart region, in the center of the heart, Vakshasthal jo कहते हैं, and in Pali it is Hadayavattu. You are able to see it. आनंद ही आनंद मिलेगा.
Anandamay course.
This is where it is. Now you tell me whether Hindu teaching is wrong,
No,
or
no.
Buddha teaching is wrong, or Buddha Goswa's teaching is wrong, or Vipassana is wrong. वो ऐसा नहीं है.
All are right from their
All are
perspective.
right from their standpoint. But what's the difference between Buddha teaching is he is the only person who could see the vijnana arises and passes away.
Atma arising and passing away.
In Hinduism or in any other thing, Sat is Sat, it doesn't change. They create a concept of Sat and Asat, absolute existence and absolute non-existence.
Sat Chidanand.
Chit is there, but it's always Sat, meaning it never dies. There's no,
And it is Anand.
no, Anand is true.
Okay.
The bliss what you are getting through Janik is that Ananda only. There's nothing else Ananda.
Okay.
It is coming from Satchit Ananda only. But that Sat is also conditioned, is what Buddha says. It is Sankata Dhatu.
Yeah.
Okay, यहाँ तक तो हम जा नहीं पाएंगे. इससे नीचे जाएंगे तो उपनिषद भी चलता है, विवेक चूड़ामणि भी चलेगा, वेद भी चलेगा, बुद्ध गोसा का भी चलेगा, बुद्ध का भी चलेगा, दलाई लामा की भी चलेगा, किसी का भी चलेगा. बिकॉज उससे नीचे सारे लोग दे बिलीव इन रीबर्थ. वो ठीक है,
सब काम करेगा, इसके आगे तुम्हें अकेले जाना है.
हाँ. So if my objective is to reach anagami state, I don't have to go through Buddha teaching.
ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना, जैसे दूसरे लोग भी ये समझ चुके होंगे बट कहने के लिए वापस नहीं आ पाए, सिर्फ बुद्धा कुड केम बैक.
Now you see how do we correct that. So first I go through Veda, reach a certain level, and then I need to understand the nature of things. That is what is there in the Buddha teaching. If I can come till here, where my jhanic experiences are really good, I've gone to the 8th jhana, then I stop there, come to Buddha teaching, and take that which will make me not come back. Work ho gaya. That is how many of the Brahmins who met Buddha, and by his explanation they could get into that because they already knew how to go there.
Yeah.
They did not have to be taught from the beginning. भैया ये जो फर्स्ट जाना है क्या कहते हैं, समझ में आया नहीं, ऐसा नहीं था. They were doing that.
इसीलिए वो इंस्टेंट अरहंत होते थे.
हाँ, because they have done this in a wrong way. They believed that vijnana is unconditioned. उनका ये था, एतन सतन एतन संतन एतन पणितन यदिदम नेव सन्या ना सन्यायतन. That is what they had. So that they came out of it. So our problem is even below that, right?
Yeah, we all have, and I think
So it doesn't matter to us कि हम ये जाएं वो जाएं वो जाएं वो जाएं वो हमें कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. So first we need to do is we need to attain all the 8 jhanas, and we know we have attained all the 8 jhanas. Then we can come here, take the Buddha teaching, which will help you to attain the 9th jhana.
Got it.
सो इससे नीचे जो है ना वो सिर्फ डिबेटेबल टॉपिक हो जाएगा, इसमें क्यों ऐसा लिखा है, इसमें क्या है, उसमें क्या है, बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट हैड रियल एक्सपीरियंस. सो वी कैन टेक एनीथिंग, इवन विवेक चूड़ामणि विल डू.
Thank you.
No worries. So this guy, our अपना Haryu is waiting. He has lot of questions. So
He will join ना. इसको stop करके restart करो ताकि एक अलग वीडियो बन जाए.
हाँ, this I'm not going to continue. ये बंद हो गया. This I will end it now, and we can meet tomorrow. उसको मुझे अकेले में बात करना है. I said okay, ठीक है. No worries. So we are done.
Yes.
Okay, great. So यही है on. So there's nothing wrong with Vipassana because we are not in a state where we have attained 8 jhana.
Yes.
None of the assistant teachers in Vipassana today have attained anything like 8 jhana, because that guy attaining 8 jhana will उनका अब ऐसा रहेगा कि उनको देखेंगे आपको, you just accept. And that was another reason why I was asking about myself yesterday to you, कि आपने जो whomever you are following, you know that guy has reached, that is very important.
तो वहां पे तो कोई नहीं है, जो भी टीचर है.
नहीं मैं उनकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं
हाँ
अपनी
आपकी.
मैं
हाँ डेफिनेटली.
So you need to see that कि हाँ इनमें कुछ दम है भाई या नहीं है.
हाँ जो वो ट्यूनिंग कहते हैं ना, ट्यूनिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच होती है, बात कर सकते हैं, बात करने को कुछ है.
सही है.
वो एक चीज तो मैं किसी के साथ बात भी नहीं करता हूँ जनरली, चाहे स्पिरिचुअल लोगों से मिलूं तब भी एक लेवल के बाद कट्ठी हो जाता है. आई स्टार्ट टॉकिंग इनटू देयर लैंग्वेज.
सही है.
तो वो नहीं होता कि मैं पूछूं ज्यादा या बात करूं या किसी लेवल पे ले जाऊं, तो वो तो है ही ना, वो तो कोई और है ही नहीं. पर मैं ये जानूं कि आप सकदागामी है कि ये है, वो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता.
वो छोड़ दो.
हाँ
That you don't have to even
बाकी मुझे जो जानना है आपके बारे में वो जानता हूँ, उसकी लैंग्वेज नहीं है.
ठीक है. No worries, you don't have to put a label. That is okay. So चलिए, तो कल मिलेंगे या कभी मिलेंगे.
हाँ, ये वीडियो को एक दो बार देखने के बाद शायद कुछ
I will share.
But I have done almost.
I will share you the link.
Yeah.
Okay, Naveen, in case you are gone somewhere, we are ending.
Sure.
आप हो उधर ही?
Yeah, I'm right here.
But you have anything to add or delete or modify?
No, nothing. I will be again just going through this video a couple of times.
And how you are doing Goenka's Vipassana? Are you practicing daily 1 hour? And how you are practicing in the retreat?
Whom are you asking, Naveen or me?
Naveen.
No, I haven't gone to Vipassana retreat for the last 1 year. 1 year plus.
And are you doing it at home?
Not exactly. अब तो यही चल रहा है, sutta meditation, and we are just going through what we are discussing these days.
तो आप घर पे मेडिटेशन करते हो तो क्या समाधि आनापान से करते हो और फिर सुत्ता, ऐसा क्या?
It has been lost long time ago. The problem with me is when I am in the VRA retreat, things work for me. When I come out from there, then slowly and gradually it dissipates. फिर नहीं होता वो यहाँ पे.
वो सबका प्रॉब्लम है.
That is why I spoke to Vilas. Then Vilas told me why is it happening, and the main reason is like he told me it should happen to you in this life also. in lay life. But it is not happening, then that means there is some problem either with the technique or with you. तो टेक्निक के बारे में तो हम क्वेश्चन कर नहीं सकते, ठीक है ना? So there has to be something else which might be missing from our perspective, and hence then I followed Vilas on this. So I thought उस सुत्ता सुनने से मुझे बहुत कुछ और समझ में भी आया actually. The only problem was like since वहाँ पे कोई जवाब नहीं देता ना, and I'm a highly inquisitive person.
Okay.
The only problem with me is if I don't have the answers, I cannot
Continue with what else there.
नहीं,
You
होता
will
ही-
not buy.
होता ही नहीं मेरे से वो चीज ना. मैंने वहां पूछा आनापान क्यों करना है, nobody told me आनापान क्यों करना है. मैंने कहा इसको ऐसे ही क्यों करना है, why not some other way. Nobody answered.
I actually, with compassion, on 9th day, try to find out so people who are having real question and try to quench them. But otherwise 9th day पे तो सब time pass होता है. Sorry, 10th day.
Oh, 9th day, 10th day, it's all merry-making places. Vilas, do you want to, close this video in case you want to connect with you?
No, it's okay. He says he can wait. Anyway, I have ended.